Elon Musk, paging Elon Musk, all available. Elon Musk's police report to the customer lounge.
Nailed it. But in all I'll put the iron mic down. In all seriousness, once again, we're talking about Tesla customer service. You know how I feel about it. You know it's been a problem. Once again, this and last week are filled with a very mixed bag of stories, right? News stories. On one hand, people are talking about how Tesla is kicking butt in terms of, Model 3 has been just winning everyone's hearts. Model S and Model X continue to improve. The full self-driving thing is just, everyone's really happy with the car. And on the other hand, there's a bunch of articles, once again, how crappy the customer service is. And I'll tell you about them, of course. They're kind of interesting this time around. So I'll tell you about, but the bigger question is, does Elon know about this? And if he does, why doesn't he do something about it? He corrects things all the time, and nobody has more control over his own company than him. So the question is, does he not know? Because I have a feeling, and there's a tweet that he sent out a few days ago that kind of makes me think that maybe he doesn't know. It looks like he has talked about addressing customer service, but I think he thinks that the problem is smaller than it really is, because his answer right now is just building more customer service centers. Now, that will address some issues with delays and so forth, but the customer service itself is not necessarily just the delays and parts and in waiting lists, stuff like that. It's just how people are being talked to. So, and I don't think he knows that, because if you already have crappy customer service in existing service centers and you're going to build more service centers with more crappy customer service, it is not going to improve the crappy customer service. I hope we can all agree with that. So let's talk about it. I'll tell you about what's been going on. They actually lost a 50 million euro order because of the customer service, not because of the cars. So let's get this Tesla customer support group going right now. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so let's get to some stories. And customer support, as you probably know, has been a big issue for a lot of us. I myself, I am no longer a Tesla customer because of no other reason but the customer service. You guys all know that I think Teslas are the best cars in the world, hands down. Period. Not just the best electric cars, best cars in the world. But after owning 3, I just couldn't stand the service anymore. The customer experience was awful, and I returned my Tesla, and I haven't bought another one or any other electric car. I'm just driving my little Chevy Volt, which I kind of meant to buy as a commuter car, but I have not decided. I hope I can go back to Tesla because it's the best cars around, but they gotta fix the customer service. As you also know, like Kim, who's been a humongous fan of the brand, right? And I think her following is mainly also huge Tesla fans. Now, very recently did a video about how she was surprised to find out how bad the customer service was. I think not just for her, but some of her family members. And you can see more and more social media influencers and YouTubers and so forth talking about it more and more and more. So there was another thing that somebody mentioned the other day on Twitter, and Elon replied to it. This person was suggesting, saying like, hey, what happened to the loaner program? Like, why is Tesla not loaning out Tesla loaners? They used to have this thing where if you're turning your car in, they will not only give you another Tesla, it will be a better Tesla that you're driving, because they essentially want you to experience the brand, the better features. And if you want to like never pick up your car and get just keep the loaner, you pay the difference, and you can just throw your purse into a new car and off you go. But now apparently not only they're not offering the Tesla vehicles, they're not even always offering the rent-a-car service vehicles. They'll just pay for your credits for Uber or Lyft. And don't forget, whether you're renting at Enterprise Rent-A-Car or getting an Uber, you're driving a gas car first of all, and secondly paying for gas, and it's never another equal luxury or electric car like Tesla is. So that's a problem. But here's what Elon replied. He basically said, this isn't correct. will address. And people have been thinking about what he meant all this time. Does he mean that the person saying this is not correct and he will address it with us, the customers? Well, you guys, the customers? Or is he saying, well, this is not right, I didn't know about it, I will address it with my team? We don't know. But now the biggest story last month was from this company. It's a rent-a-car company in Germany called Next Move, and they have all kinds of different electric cars, but they also have a big fleet of Teslas. I think they started buying them in 2014, and they had to cancel like a 50 million euros order because of so many problems. So let me tell you what happened there. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte, coming to China first, then the US, then Europe, scheduled by the end of the next year. Look how fast and easy it is to reserve one, mainly because there is no payment form. That's right, it's absolutely free to reserve your Byton, probably about 60 seconds of your time. So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. All right, so this company Next Move posted this video, and well, that's not the video. And at first I was kind of like, all right, let's see if they're just kind of maybe hating on Tesla. It is a German company, so who knows, right? But I started watching the video. You have to kind of turn the here. Let me show you this from scratch. Yeah, so this is the video where they're just kind of showing the articles and what was happening. I'm just kind of queuing it up in the middle of it. But, you know, they explained that they really like Tesla. They really wanted to, and this is their owner, they really wanted to make it work. They've been using Teslas for a while. They're always booked. They give them good business. But he was just showing all of this paperwork, all of these problems with how the cars are delivered, that, you know, the panel gaps, the paint issue. I mean, we've heard all of this, but it seems like, and they're pointing this out, that, you know, maybe an average consumer maybe would not notice an issue, right? I have to say, I probably wouldn't. And secondly, that, you know, some of them just might accept it, saying like, well, okay, so I have a little bit of a gap here, it's not a big deal. But they're a professional company, they cannot accept that. They know what's wrong, so they go back and they tell Tesla that you guys got to fix it, because, you know, we pay for the car, we're already making, you know, payments to the leasing company or whatever, and we have this car booked from the very beginning because we knew we were getting it, but now you guys are not fixing it, so it's just sitting there. And, you know, like, you can watch that video and he goes on and on with all of kinds of problems, but you can see that this guy's heart is, he really likes Tesla. He drives one himself. I think his wife drives a Tesla, so he's a fan of the brand. And here's a quote that I really kind of summarizes everything for me here. He's basically said, the Model 3 is a fantastic car. Some of our customers totally fell in love with it, but the organization behind it doesn't match that. It's really sobering. I can agree with more. I mean, I think this is exactly what I said in the beginning of my video here today, is because the customer service does not, like, at all. This is by the way more evidence that he was presenting, but the customer service just does, it's like a day or night. The car is amazing, service just beyond horrible. And, you know, what I was saying is that he was really trying to say that they really tried working with Tesla. They really want the more Teslas in their fleet. Obviously they committed, you know, 50 million of euros to expand their fleet, but they just couldn't, and they're saying that we're losing business, but we just can't do business with Tesla like this. Now Tesla did reply with something that was very generically kind of almost like, here's a reply, but we're not really replying. It's like non-response response, if you ask me. So they basically said, and I'm not gonna quote the whole BS long thing, it just basically says Tesla's vehicle quality has reached record highs, which, by the way, let me just interrupt that quote. Record highs for you, Tesla. They're not record highs industry standard. That's the problem. In our data does not indicate any unusual vehicle quality issues that are specific to Germany or anywhere else in the world. Once again, that's a fallacy, because, well, yeah, if you have problems with paint and gaps and all of that stuff, no one's saying it's specific to Germany. Everyone's saying it's specific to you, Tesla, all around the world. So man, so they're not really like addressing it. But let's get back to the let's get back to what the solution could be. Okay, first of all, does Elon know about this? I have a feeling he may not. And jump in here in the comment section, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't mind. And I actually hope I'm wrong on this one, but I have a feeling he knows the problem with like delays, right? But he doesn't know the problems that people are having, right here. Say, listen, you guys are not treating us like customers, you're treating us like crap, and we're so what's going to happen, by the way, Tesla's going to do well for a while, but at some point people who have owned Teslas like me, and maybe one or two or three, at some point they're already having this resentment, and they just can't wait to get the hell out of this bad customer experience. And then as soon as they see an electric car or maybe they go back to a gas car. I've seen some of the members of my Tesla group on Facebook have just gone to the gas car saying, listen, I will come back to this when you guys are ready, but I'm not doing this. I'm going to go back to the gas car. But also, this is why e-tron will sell. This is why Taycan will sell, and all other electric cars, because a lot of people like myself and many others will just be like, just get us out of here. We want to drive an electric car, just not Tesla, because we value customer service even more than we value autopilot, or just so this is what might be happening, and this is how they might really jeopardize their business. But I just don't think that Elon knows, because if he did know, I think he would correct it. He has been very proud. He was very proud of his product, and I think he understands that service is part of the product. And whenever somebody called him out on something and it was a reasonable and consistent issue that people were trying to sort of make him aware of, he did address it. So I can only assume, because he's not, like, he's MIA, right? He's just not doing anything. I'm assuming that he doesn't know. By the way, addressing this issue is very easy. Just like anybody else addresses the issue. They ask customers to submit their surveys, and I think Tesla does do that. I'm not really sure if lately, but they certainly don't look at it, I'm assuming, because a lot of this, you do that and you take it seriously, and then you see where the problem is, right? You can say, give us 5 stars from 1 to 5 stars. How did we do overall? But then you can dig in, and especially people who are not happy will be happy to tell you why. Dig into what the problem is. I can tell, like, my problem with the Rockland Center was, as I was returning my last car, telling them that the reason I'm returning this car and not getting another one is them. And they treated me like crap as I was returning my car. And then when I addressed it with them, they were like, whatever. I think it was, seriously, I have a Chevy Volt, as I told you. When I went to Chevy dealership to take care of a couple of issues I had, I was treated like 500 times better than I was treated at Tesla service center only like a week earlier. So contrast is just, it's beyond what I would ever want to experience. I know, and by the way, I know some of you having a really good service experiences. That does happen. Just like some of you having not such a great car experiences, which also happens once in a while. But the majority of people, of Tesla owner, it looks like, and again, I have a really big Tesla owners group on Facebook, so I approve all of the messages. I see what the comments are. It looks like most people really, really happy with the car and just really, really unhappy with the service. I really hope, Elon addresses it. Before that happens, somebody has to tell him about it. I don't think he knows. Maybe he can go into that TV show called Undercover Boss. That will definitely wake him up. So don't forget to participate in our Feed a YouTuber program. Just for $5 a month, you can provide this guy over here with food, shelter, and most importantly, video equipment. So go to patreon.com/e4electric, and you get to watch me live and chat with me. The chat is full of comments that I'm going to address once I stop the video. I actually end up chatting with my Patreons. I absolutely love that. And don't forget to sign up with our VIP list. That one is free. Every Saturday, we send you a bonus story that we cannot fit in here on the channel or on our website, e4electric.com. So don't forget to go there as well. All right, well, looking forward to your comments. I'm interested do you guys think that Elon is aware of this or not? And if he is, why isn't he doing anything about it? Looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.